Another day, another video. So today, let's review Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. Before we start, if you haven't played the game yet, make sure that you played it. And if you don't know me, I'm Rolo Pando. I do video game reviews. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell. And consider hitting that bell button to be notified of my new videos. And yeah, let's start. Nintendo's portable gaming incorporates an extraordinary put within the industry, a challenge the company will have to be handled in a long time to come should it stick with the single hybrid gadget within the frame of the Switch. Nintendo's devoted handhelds have reliably had recreations interesting to that on-the-go space, with the Mario and Luigi series among them. It's graced the Game Boy Advance, DS, and 3DS with numerous strange and quirky games, full of dumb premises, witty gameplay, and heaps of charm. All began with Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, and so it's to some degree fitting that the fantastic original by Alpha Dream gets a second life with the marginally clumsily titled Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. It's a full remake in that stylishly, it's a total upgrade from the initial, bringing it up to current day standards while holding its characterizing qualities. We'll begin off with a new see at what makes this game tick before getting to what this 3DS adaptation does in an unexpected way. People considered it to be a spiritual successor to Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. This first game within the Mario and Luigi series builds up a few key things: the double buttons control scheme, timing-based combat, which villains are comedy gold, in spite of the fact that, to be reasonable, the total game is approximately humor. The cast of the Mushroom Kingdom and Bin Bin Kingdom, where the game generally plays out, are straight out of the comedy appear. Full of smart lines and laugh out loud exchange, Superstar Saga set the tone for all the jewels that taken after, and in terms of its narrating in specific, hasn't aged a bit. Plot here and its structure apparently put it among the finest the series has offered. New enemies Caclera and fan favorite Puffle evidently take Princess Peach's voice, and the celebrated Bros and the escalation pompous and clever Bowser group up briefly to handle the new threat. Over the course of 20 plus hours, they get part up, rejoin in bizarre ways, and go through more turns and turns than a race car in Monaco. We meet a few important new characters and are too presented to Alpha Dream's turn on recognizable mascots, with this game throwing in bounty of cameos at the side new faces. It's intelligent composing as well because it has a visual snare of irrationality to interest youthful players, but more of the self-referential mind to form huge kids like this commentator laugh. As for the genuine gameplay, it takes shape as any coherent Mario RPG would. You investigate the overworld, picking battles or avoiding them in case you incline towards steadily solving puzzles to investigate the world and advance the story. Actually, the series has its possess turns. First and foremost is the double control mechanic. For the foremost version, Mario and Luigi move together but hop freely with the A and B buttons, with X helpfully making them bounce together. Once you go into fight, they work freely, but you utilize coordinated button presses for a combination of attacks, avoids and counterattacks. The centerpiece set of moves in combat are called Bros attacks, in which the two heroes work together on excessive, effective, and silly attacks. It's a formula that was apparently nailed on day one because it works as well here because it does in each different continuations. Those that have as it were played more later sections within the series will also perceive a number of the overworld investigation moves the brothers can drag off. Early on, they're straightforward things like a high hop, but by the conclusion, Luigi will be shocking Mario to induce through little spaces, or they'll pound each other into littler or mole-like shape. The plan is incredible as moves and abilities are slowly open to coordinate circumstances. They feel simple and natural to execute. It all unfurls over a decently long adventure, in spite of the fact that those that felt more later entries like Mario Luigi Paper Jam were cautioned out or lean on engaging characters will appreciate the relative brevity and differences here. As is presently the series fashion, it likes to drag the ancient, usually the end na it isn't trapped a number of times, but continuously in a way to raise a grin. Its unused character, presently commonplace to series veterans, are also in their claim right, with Puffle's iffy understanding of dialect comprehension being a specific high point. It's a world stuffed to the brim with charm, all wrapped around an intelligent turn on RPG investigation and combat. Of course, plenty know this game well from the GBA original and its moderately later consideration within the Wii U Virtual Console library. With that Wii U release very new within the memory, how can Nintendo legitimize this as a retail release? For one thing, usually a genuine remake, not a basic upscale, the whole game has been transplanted and duplicated within the 3DS era engine for the series, which holds the upbeat liveliness and facial expressions of the more seasoned recreations, but inside colorful polygons. We've continuously been fans of the sea and perfectionists looking for the original. Ought to buy all implies play it on Game Boy Advance or the Wii U at the trust. Other viewpoints of the 3DS functionality are less vital, and there's one major exclusion. To begin with the touchscreen, it utilizes as a implies to interchange between a minimap or touch buttons to get to different moves and abilities. You'll be able to put pins on the outline to remind yourself of points of interest in spite of the fact that we for the most part went through the game as it were requiring the foremost fundamental of pointers. The letdown in spite of the fact that may be a total absence of the 3D impact. Do have amiibo usage as well, in which you scan figures for a stamp book that you simply appear to a vendor a small way through the game. On a superficial level, usually one of the foremost fun ways we've seen amiibo actualize on the modern 3DS or 2DS touchscreen. As you scan the amiibo by basically stamping the page, standard Super Mario characters, in spite of the fact that the Pixel Mario and Yarn Yoshi work for us, deliver you rewards, and the Goomba, Koopa Troopa, and Boo amiibo do something special. We didn't have those specific figures, but as is frequently the case for amiibo, you'll appreciate the usefulness or appreciate the game fair fine without it. The greatest new highlight here, of course, is the Bowser's Minions campaign. It opens a brief way into the story and takes after a substitute way in which Bowser's much pot upon grants look for the protect their master. At first, a Goomba is made captain in a range to be a fall guy and what could be a real-time strategy light experience in a storyline that really takes after beside the most adventure. It offers a moderately long campaign in spite of the fact that not all may see it through to completion due to the restricted snare on offer, utilizing a rock paper scissors approach to combat. Sometime recently each arrange, you'll be able to see which kind of units the resistance will have, and after that construct your squad and arrangement to counter that. Where you put units things as much as sword and a few are solid against specific resistance. with more joining your squad as you advance. As your members develop, the challenging portion is turning sufficient to level up a wide range of warriors while to keeping each team's in general level moving within the right. Genuine fights themselves are amazingly simplistic. You observe as the units scrap it out once in a while, utilizing the A button when provoked for extraordinary attacks. You also have commands that you simply can issue restricted by a point system to square foes, specials, rally the troops, and more. In spite of the fact that you frame the group and strategize a small behind the scenes, the fights aren't exceptionally locked in. Crushing also comes into play as the challenge mounts, as you'll be able to go back and replay cleared stages in the event that your unit require more encounter to level up. The story told is charming and the funniness from the most game carries over. That's the sparing elegance of this mode, as the casts are certainly interesting sufficient to create the pound worth it. This add-on is competent sufficient at the point but not excessively occupying. In terms of quality, it's not truly near to the plan of the main adventure. Overall, once you combine the remade classic and the light touch preoccupation of Bowser's minions, you get a part of playtime out of this one. It's also ensured to be a few of the most amusing and most interesting game you encounter, as the Mario Luigi formula still sparkles bright. For those that feel the most recent sections on 3DS got to be bloated in the interim, this offers great esteem with a small more snap in spite of the fact that various additional hours can be spent on optional explorations and side quests. It's a fair disgrace within the conclusion that Nintendo didn't execute the 3D impact, but that's one of our as it were complaints. Mario Luigi Superstar Saga may be a classic, and this unused form is arguably the definitive form. Yes, Bowser's Minions may be a safe but shallow add-on, but the Superstars are the genuine attraction. And yeah guys, that's it. If you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit that little bell, turn on notifications. I post every after 3 days. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, and yeah. Comment down below what do you think about this game, and see you guys in the next video.